And while he's obviously very much in the elevator, I watch a truck slowly drive past. And I'm like, oh. I wonder if that's the moving van. And it was. we missed the moving van. Let me tell you what I was busy doing. I was away busy helping worst mod Kochie here move states. It was a one-time offer as a friend because the original friend that was supposed to help us out with this, we are no longer friends with. So it was a one-time offer. So we basically moved Kochie from frickin' Brisbane, Queensland, all the way down to basically the other end of the country down south, all the way down to Melbourne. So yes, welcome to Melbourne, welcome. Damn. So yeah, I helped him move. Funnily enough, we figured out that I basically did most of the driving. Which I think is really funny. But yeah, we packed up his stuff, and I mean, it was pretty last minute. Like, some of his stuff was pretty last minute. There was also us running from Cyclone Alfred. We did manage to miss out on most of Alfred, so we were very lucky. We are aware that some people were not as lucky that we left there. Yeah, we stopped off in Sydney, which is where I am, for my parents' birthdays, and we had a pretty nommy din-dins. It was like an Indian-Malaysian fusion. And then we left pretty early the next day, and I drove for 6 hours. Drove for 6 hours to Albury, where we caught up with a friend for lunchy poos, and it was really nice to catch up with her. And then we had the last trek to Melbourne, which was only like 3.5 hours, that Kochie so kindly drove. This is where the unlucky shit starts happening. All right, so we booked like a really cheap hotel, and we just booked it on bookings.com. It was like, I don't know, $160. Because we wanted it to be like under $200 for like one night. We just needed a bed. That's what nearby where Kochie is living. So we drive there. We arrive, we park on the street, and we're like, okay, where the fuck is this place? I don't see no hotel. I don't see nowhere to kind of check in. I don't see nobody. We kind of see a house that has like a fuck ton of lock boxes on the outside. But it's locked. We obviously can't get in. Kochie manages to sneak in because he follows someone else inside, and there's no one there. So we're like, what the fuck? How do we check in? There were no instructions, just fucking nothing in the emails, nothing. So Kochie calls up customer support and is like, we can't check in. We've tried calling them. It goes to some like lucky massage or like magic massage number. So now we're like, okay, that's a little bit suspicious. This is feeling a little bit suspicious. All right. So he calls up customer support, and they're like, well, we got to give them 45 minutes. And we're like, oh, do we have to? Like, there's clearly no one here. So we're like, all right, I guess we'll give them 45 minutes to figure out their shit. And we already know they're not going to respond. So we're like, we just want a refund, okay? Like, we just want a refund. But we got to wait 45 minutes. So we're sitting in the car. It's kind of warm. It's like a 32-degree day. It's warm. And we're like, all right, we'll wait. We'll sit in the car. And then we witness what we think was a mugging.
What? What the fuck?
So we're just sitting in the car minding our own business, and there's like a girl and what we assume is her partner, and they got a truck, and they're like in front of us. They're parked in front of us. They're moving shit in with this truck, and then all of a sudden, this red like Mazda zooms up the street, and we're like, okay, that's weird. And this red Mazda like fucking stops in the middle of the street. Car doors open, and this guy like flies out of the car and launches at the guy in the truck, and we're like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? What is going on? Is this a mugging? Are they cool? Like, but no one's screaming. Like, no, there's nothing. Like, they're kind of yelling. The chick is just like walking up and down the street. So we're like, do they know each other? Like, oh god, what's going on? And I'm like, can we fucking leave? So Kochie leaves. I didn't even have a chance to put on my seatbelt. So Kochie leaves, and we park slightly further up the street. So we don't leave, we're just further up the street. So we're like, well, I guess welcome to this suburb that you're gonna live in. Alright, cool. Anyway, finally fucking hits 45 minutes. We get a refund. We book a new place. New place is like not too far away, like maybe 5 minutes up the road. And it's a shit show because it's like there's road closures, there's nowhere to park. We need to check in before we can get the parking space that was included in the booking. But we finally get there. We finally just get into a room. Okay, we finally get into a room. And then what I thought was a 100-meter walk to Din Din's turned into a 400-meter walk. I was not happy. And he made me hike to Din Din's, and I'm tired. I did not have no walking shoes. I had broken flip-flops. It was fucked. And I'm fat, and I can't walk. I got mobility issues. I'm fat. I can't walk for 100 meters. I'm tired. So I basically am like, where the fuck is the food? Pretty much chose the first fucking shop to like eat at. Which happened to be really good. It's a place called Akami, and it's basically like all you can eat Japanese food. And like, look, it was fine. It was pretty good. And then we obviously had to do the fucking long trek back, and I was still grumpy. Oh shit, okay. Yeah! Akami's great. The food was numb. Food was very numb. He made me hike for dinner, chat, after I'm the one that did all the driving, dealing with muggins, dealing with his stinky ass. This the shit I put up with. And then I didn't even fucking sleep because this dickhead decided to snooze a lot the entire fucking night. It was also hot because it was a hot day, and the aircon was in the fucking living room, which was like 2 rooms away basically. So the aircon didn't even get into the bedroom where we were sleeping, and then he was snoring, and it was hot. Anyway, we're up stupidly early in the morning to go pick up his stupid fucking keys from the stupid fucking real estate that was stupidly 15 minutes away. So we go get the keys, and then I'm like, I want breakfast. Like, I'm not about to move your ass all day and move shit into your new apartment on an empty stomach. Like, fuck that. That's not happening. And this is the start of a very bad day, okay? So for starters, chat, the real estate was late. It was late. And Kochie was done leaning up on them pole, waiting for them. And I gotta do it in this accent, because otherwise I'll get angry again. He has been stupid leaning up on some dumb pole, waiting for them to arrive. And he finally got his keys with the piece of paper that was like, you got parking on level 4, a storage crate on level 1, and you're level 5.
That makes sense to me.
I'm like, this fantastic start already. All right, let's go. Yeah, doxed. Can't wait for you to figure out which one you're at. You park on 4, store shit at 1, and live at 5. It's perfect. Anyway, we drive back, and then we got to talk to all the construction workers. And we happened to talk to one before we left, and we're like, hey, he's moving in today. And he went, good luck. And we're like, oh. Well, that's not good. We're like, well, what do we do? And he's like, well, you gotta go talk to the other people on the blocked road. The road that is closed, by the way. This road is closed for construction. They are re-asphalting this road. And we're like, well, fuck. So we drive in, and they're obviously like, what the fuck are you guys? Like, what the fuck do you guys want? And again, we're like, hey, we're supposed to be moving in today. And they're like, no the fuck you ain't. We're like, well, yes the fuck we are. Help. They were actually really nice. They were really nice. And we were just like, look, we just need a place to put the truck. Like, we've just moved from Brisbane. It's been a really long week. We've got everything booked in for today because they forced us to move in today. We end up like driving like half a block away because they basically had this makeshift dirt car park where everyone was parking because we obviously couldn't park on the street. And then I'm like, I went in the car. I'm not walking. Me and walking do not mix. Absolutely not. So Kochie walks. It's a hot day. Kochie walks up, and he's supposed to be doing this stupid, like some dumb fucking car induction, some car park induction that he paid $70 for, right? And then I get a message. And it's like, hey, you know that car induction I'm supposed to be doing right now? And I'm like, yeah. What about it? He's like, well, the guy's on leave. The guy is on annual leave. I'm like, what the fuck you mean he's on annual leave? He's like, yep, he's on annual leave. He didn't tell no one. So now they're gonna send someone in like 2 hours. And we're like, what do you mean? What you mean 2 hours? What do you mean? So we're like, fuck it. We're like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit. We're gonna go figure out this fucking car park ourselves. So we get back in the car. We go to the car park. We find it. We park in it. We don't even use the stupid fucking system that this whole induction is about. We don't even fucking use it. But you basically just scan your doodly did dad and it moves and then you can park at a spot. But we basically don't fucking use it. Okay? It's a car shuffler system. We don't use it though. And it was fucking stupid. So we're like, fuck it. And then we're like, all right, let's just go to the apartment. So we get into the apartment and we're like, all right, sweet, we're in. And then none of the lights are working. There's no electricity in said apartment because they turned the breaker box off. So I have to go do all that. And then obviously it's fucking empty. There's nothing. And the movers have called us saying that they're inbound in like 30 minutes. So now we're just waiting for the movers. I'm like, sweet. All right, cool. We don't have time to move shit out of the car, so I guess we'll just wait for the movers. Movers decided to be 1 hour, 30 minutes late. They're stuck in traffic. Ha ha! So we're like, well, fuck. I guess we'll move all the shit out of the car. So, okay, we move all the stuff out of the car, we chuck it in the apartment, and like at this stage, we're supposed to have like the elevator to ourselves, but we don't have it at this stage. So anyway, we move all the stuff out of the car, and then we finish doing that, and then Kochie's like, you know what? I reckon the movers are gonna be like here real soon. I'm like, okay, bye. Like, I'll stay up here and you go find the movers. And while he's obviously very much in the elevator, I watch a truck slowly drive past, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's the moving van. And it was. we missed the moving van. So we missed it. So it has to come back and do a loop, and we're like, well, cool, we missed the moving van, and then I'm just sitting there like, okay, la da da, nothing's happening, and then I get a message. I get a god awful message. All right, chat. I get a message, and it's I might not be able to move in today. And I'm like, again, what the fuck you mean we're not moving in today? What the fuck do you mean we're not moving in today? And they're like, well, we can't park no truck nowhere. We can't park the truck nowhere, so we can't deliver the goods. And we're like, well, that's not our fault. And I'm like, I'm so done. I'm so done with today, guys. I'm so done with today. I'm so fucking done. Like, I'm tired. I don't have proper shoes. My flip-flops are broken. I'm tired. I'm getting hungry. Anyway, the movers ended up being like really lovely, heckin' legends. They parked at the end of the street, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just conveyor belt system, trolley, the shit. It was their last job, and they did it. They were absolutely amazing. 100% amazing movers. So at this stage, the building has given us an elevator, and they've set it up with all the squishy shit that you put in the elevator, with all the padding so you don't break shit. And we have a key. We have a key that ensures that we keep the elevator on whatever floor that we require the elevator. Now, you're probably sitting here chat going, well, what else could go wrong? What else could go wrong on this miserable day? Well, I'll tell you what, chat. I'll tell you what went wrong. The key disappeared. We use it for one load, guys. We use it for one trip. And the key disappears. And we're like, we got all this shit that we gotta take up. Where the fuck is the key? And then we're like, all right, it's stuck on floor 15. And obviously we can't get the elevator with the squishy stuff back down. So we're just using the normal elevator. But now it's two elevators that people can't use, because obviously we're now using it, and the other one's stuck on level 15. Anyway, we find out that the cleaner took it, because they're like obviously cleaning floors. So the cleaner took the key, but they didn't speak much English. So Kochie's like, do you have the key? And he's like, manager, building manager. And he's like, okay, but do you have the key? He's like, manager coming. And then the manager like yells at this poor cleaner who clearly has no idea that we're moving in. Clearly did not get the memo. So we feel a little bit bad about that. But we still did not get the key back for like a good hour or so. So we're just using whatever fucking elevator we can, along with like letting actual tenants of the building up and down. So it's just a fucking nightmare. And then like every door to access the building requires a doodingle to like scan. So like the guy that was walking the 150 meters with all the boxes and shit couldn't even bring it into the building because he didn't have a doodingle. So then I had to like I found a cone to like at least hold up one of the doors, and then I had to keep scanning him in. But then I had to keep scanning the people into the elevator because Kochie decided he had to go disappear with the guy for the induction. Because nothing says convenient timing like in the middle of moving shit into your apartment than like, hey, I'm here for your induction that you didn't need, and you're moving stuff into your apartment, but like I'm here now. So my fat ass is just holding elevators half the day. We're like, all right. And then like at the very end, like for the last 30 minutes, we got the key back. we got the key back. And that was the terrible day that I have decided that unless it is moi, I am never helping nobody move ever again. Interstate. I'll help you move state, like within your state, but not interstate. Fuck that shit. Absolutely not. No. All the while, I'm a chronic illness girly, so anytime I did like anything, like the tiniest of things, I was tired. I was like, I'm done now. I moved the box. I unpacked the singular box. I'm tired now. Bye. But yeah, that has been my 2 weeks. That is my rant for the day. And with that 30-minute, 40-minute yap, I'm gonna get the guys in. And we'll say hello to everybody. Oh, wow.
What a story. I was dying it so many times. You told it way better than I was, and the accent, 10 out of 10. Holy shit.
The failures. Wow, everybody.
Thanks, Kochie, you've ruined it for the rest of us.
If I didn't do the accent, I was just gonna get mad. All right, Sassy, I'm thinking
like
of
it
moving
made it
from
way
Melbourne to
funnier.
Melbourne. I'll help you. I just not interstate.